Alright, track sled. Get it started finally today. It's an old artic. I don't remember the year. I'll get the information and post it. But pretty straightforward. Cut down the tunnel here, leave about ½ inch for some rigidity. We'll keep the existing gearbox. Pull off the secondary clutch. We'll use the jack shaft here. We'll put on a sprocket and get our frame built, motor mounted, get the right size tooth gear. I'm not quite sure how to calculate that yet, but should be pretty easy. Hardest part right now is going to be pulling off this clutch. I don't have a clutch puller, but I've been soaking the shaft in PB Blaster, so we'll see if we can get it at least hammered off. If not, we'll have to figure something else out. But should be pretty sweet. The track's in good condition. High facts are good, so let's get it started. This is on the bottom of the tunnel here. Basically cut and leave that much existing so those rivets have a place to hold still for the wheels. And then we'll go all the way up. If there's any rivets, I'll just drill through them and pop them out. This fuel tank off. I'm going to keep the handlebars, so we'll just disconnect it here. Keep the brake as well. We'll see if I can keep this whole crossbar, give it some rigidity, and cut out this steering column and then some other crap that I don't need. Right now I'm just trying to move the steering column. Looks like it broke at one time and they tried to jimmy rig it back together. I mean, that's pretty much the main stuff, so now I think I'll start cutting this off, go through the frame here, cut it along, and hopefully get that clutch pulled off. It's been soaking in PB Blaster. start punching out some of these rivets. See if I can get this off. Alright, I'm going to try cutting some of this plastic back more so that I can get to the frame. Yeah, cut this off first, make it a little easier. Okay, where this tack reads is your main wheel bearing shaft, so don't take that apart. I'm going to cut the frame right here. Same thing, I'm going to cut up the frame and then we'll lop it off while it's on its side. Make it a little easier. Alright, we're going to lop the frame off there and I'll probably be done for today. Dang, this clutch is rusted on. Once I get this off, I should be able to smooth it up, but what a pain in the butt. It's finally rotating. Holy shite. Well, we finally got it. And I'm also going to tear open this gear case, count how many teeth are on my sprockets so I can do a little math and change out the oil. Well, now that we got that, let's see if we can break into this. Alright, well, looks like it's in good shape. $39 by $20. Alright, we picked up some metal today, so I'm going to weld up the frame and get the motor off this old snowblower detached. See if we can get it mounted. That way I can order the sprockets. That's separated. That's it. Alright, we got the rough weld frame tacked up here. And I'll probably use this old bumper, put it on, and run the handles out. Not quite sure how to mount the torque converter and motor yet, but we'll figure it out. This is a threaded rivet, so that I can take the frame on and off. So let's see. So yesterday, got the torque converter mounted on the engine and tacked up a rough bracket. Make sure we're in line with our jack shaft. And then I guess we'll start fabricating handles and clean this up a little bit. So I decided to move this up, that way I can get the bolts for the engine, and I'll slot it. That way I can move the engine forward or back to tighten the chain rather than building a chain tensioner. So I think I'm gonna do something like this. Use the old bumper as the towing. We'll see how it works. I'm gonna reinforce these corners. That's where it's gonna go to my handlebars. And then we'll go back to the jet sled. Give that a try. Weld this up. Alright, I got some piece of angle iron back here for rigidity to go back to the handlebars. Well, now that I got this jet sled mounted up, how we're going to have it. This is just an otter attachment that I had for another sled. And I'm going to want handlebars down around belly button height, I think. And this length of metal will be just right. So, start fabbing that up. And just welding up some handlebars. should look good. Nice. Alright, today I started slotting where the engine's going to go. That way I can tighten the chain if I need to. So I'll finish that. Get the handlebars mounted today. Get the engine on. And then we'll be waiting for sprocket and chain. So I'm getting ready to mount the handlebars. And in order to put the through bolt through, that big guy, I had to get a big diameter hole, but I don't want to get weakened, so I put a cylinder sleeve through it. Some other project I had laying around. So that should hopefully strengthen it up. We'll get them mounted. Oh yeah. I got the handlebars mounted up. Nice. Now we're going to put the handlebars on the handlebars. Well, that's it for today. Sprocket and chain should be here soon. Get the throttle mounted up next. Well, I couldn't get the other engine to run. It's got low compression and won't idle. Take it in, see if a small engine specialist can look at it. But in the meantime, found a Predator 212. So run it through the braking process. Then we'll get the torque converter mounted. Still waiting on a sprocket and chain and ordered throttle cable. So get it put together soon. Okay, so we finally got in our sprocket. It's a 24 tooth. Might have to go down to a 20 and size 35 chain. So let's get it on and mount it up. So the first problem I see is I'm not lined up with the clutch properly, so we'll have to figure that out. Well, what I might have to do is what I thought from the start, get a little bit better balance with the motor, is move the whole motor over. Take out this bearing, slide the sprocket on if I can. I might have to buy a pillow block bearing, but get the sprocket over here. That way I'm a little more balanced, because right now I'm off about 3/4 of an inch to go in line with this gear. And I don't have much more play to scoot the bracket over this way. So that might be what we have to do next. Well, change of plans again. I just ordered some pillow block bearings. Because I cannot remove this bearing. I have to cut it off, and that way we can run the sprocket on, move everything over. Okay, got the old bearing off. We just got a plain jack shaft, so get it cleaned up and the plates mounted for the pillow block bearings. And I got the keyway ground out, we got the sprocket on, lined up with the motor. It tacked back in place, so we're waiting on the pillow block bearing, and then we can make some more progress. Still waiting on my throttle cables, but I did get pillow block bearing in. Roughly a 1/4 inch worth of shims. So that's what I'm come up with. I'm going to cut down this angle iron, weld it to the frame, get it set where I need, and then I can just run the threaded inserts or rivets. Okay, we got the threaded rivets in where we wanted it. Awesome. Well, I got the rest of the frame welded up yesterday. Looks pretty cool. This is to allow for the handles to come forward for the stow position. Engine can slide in and out. Enough room for cargo. Still waiting on throttle cables. So today what I might do is get my little shop heating up and give this thing a coat of paint. I think we're done welding the frame. Getting it warm in my little workspace. Just gotta unbolt the frame from the sled. Alright, now it just has to warm up enough in here that I can apply some paint. And I think I'll try painting this too. Only bought 2 rattle cans, so see if I got enough. Got it flipped over so we can hit the bottom. Get warm in here again. Let it dry off. And I'll do one more and try and hit all the spots that I missed. Alright, we got the track in here now. I'm gonna paint it too. I don't know how well it'll hold, but that's okay. Alright, time to air this sucker out and get it warm again. Almost dry. Get the frame mounted, get the engine in, attach the chain, and then I might see if I can jimmy rig a little throttle and give this thing a test run. Come on, pretty mamas. Oh, wonky. fucking wonky. Well, it rips pretty good. Alright, we finally got all the throttle cable parts in that I need, I believe. I'm gonna go with the handle. I don't know if it's the right choice or not, but we'll take this off and see if we can get it mounted up. What that is. Pretty sure it's not supposed to leak out of there. Fuel tank. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Alright, now that that's out of the way. It's easier to pull it that way. This go through here. Not quite sure on the handle yet, but we'll get this. Get these grips on and find out where we want the cable. Nice. These return screws aren't strong enough to get it all the way back, so I got some other ones. We'll see if we can make that work. This will be pretty easy. I got my kill switch here, so I'll just run a new line with butt splice for wire from here to this, and then my ground I can go to somewhere on the tank, probably just that tank bolt right there, and then we'll run our lines back, butt splice them, and get them mounted up. Okay, we just got ground on the motor mount there, the bullet connector there. We'll put on this housing, make it look a little better, zip tie it to the frame. I just made this little bracket that goes right in between the handlebar mount. We'll run that through, mount it just like that. Now we'll get it spliced together. Alright, I'm going to try a different throttle because I'm not getting but maybe half an inch of travel is all, which is not enough to actuate this down here. So let's try the other throttle, see what happens. Okay, I think this brake has enough travel, but the insides are all broken out and they keep slipping from what I've rigged up. Okay, so motorcycle grip wouldn't work, and the other grip that was with it wouldn't work, kept slipping. So I just fabricated this piece of junk, and now I have enough throw to actually get full throttle. The kill switch works great. Kind of a beast to handle, and I think it's just because the handle's long and I sit so far back, but it's well balanced. Let's take it out for a spin. See, I've got 16 miles per hour and 20. So I'll try it again here. Well, this is it, the final product. Runs good. Some highlights is I can still use this brake if I want, run another cable. I don't really see a need for it right now. Got this light mounted. It'll go back to a separate battery. Get that eventually. I ran some bolts to the front of the motor so I can scoot it back to tighten the chain with. The kill switch works perfect. This is a 24 tooth sprocket, size 35 chain. I think if I did it again I'd go with a bigger chain, 40 size. This is a size 30 torque converter. Works fine for what I'm doing. The motor's awesome. Starts. I wrapped the electrical cables, keep them from sun damage, whatnot. Use the old handlebars. These grips are good. Got them off of Amazon. The kill switch mount I just put in between the bracket. It's a breakaway kill switch. And it's a 10-foot throttle cable, and then of course this nice Jimmy rig throttle. It mounts to this. I'll probably change something up there. I put on a mud flap, try to keep some snow out of the sled. I do like being able to remove the frame. These were just the riveted inserts, work perfect. Got enough cargo space. Tops out, I think, around 16 miles an hour using a little F on my phone. Other than that, turned out pretty sweet. It's a fun build. Definitely would do it again. And it loads up perfectly in the truck. Compact.